Namaskaram. I met a very special person at World Hindu Congress at Bangkok. You know me for being very brutal. I initially made enemies with him, unknowing the real person he is. Only after meeting him, I got to know how sweet the person is and how hardworking the man is and how important his work is for the future generations. Only after interacting with him for many hours, I got to know the inside story of Swami Rangarajan Narasimhanji. Namaskar.
Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.
Firstly, I'm really in front of the camera. I would like to say very sorry for whatever the words that I
Not
said.
at all. I told you yesterday also, again I'm telling you, not at all.
Yes, Swami. Because the platform is, the illusion of the platform is, in the words, the emotion is not conveyed. And then we exchanged words each other and then...
It happens in the social media. Social media has got no face.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes no name also.
Yeah.
People don't use the real names. And we do not know who is who, what is his background. We do not know whether he is leaning on one side or the other side, whether he's for or against. We do not know. It's a very murky media, social media. So we do not know who is doing what.
Yeah.
It happens to me. It has happened to me many times. And in the past also several people have, after seeing me in person or after interacting with me, they have understood that what I have told is right. And they have said also in many of my comments as well, people have said, I'm very sorry for what I have assumed about you.
Yeah.
It's not about me. Anything is not about me. It's about what we are trying to convey to the world and what we are asking the world to understand and then participate.
Yes.
So that is what is more important. The person is not important. The face is not important at all. So
I learned many things yesterday in the discussion, but before that, I would like to ask few things. Because of the situations that you encountered, you are not coming, even though you are born and brought up in the...
I was born in Srirangam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are not, you have not gone to that Vedic schools and Gurukuls in the initial stage.
Yes.
But you are a very talented person. So a little bit about your background, Swami.
My background is not important. Any which way I will tell you. Background doesn't matter anymore because that is wasted life. Part of my life is what I feel now.
Okay.
For the major part of my life, nearly about 34 years, I have been a Laukika, doing what everybody does. Go to school, go to college, go to work, go to different parts of the world, work there, make money, be selfish, and then live your life without worrying about anybody else. So that is the first part. I want to keep it that much. That is a wasted part of my life.
But for the public, you worked in big tech companies.
Yeah, I was working in the information technology area. The highest post that I held was a president of an Australian IT company.
Wow.
So that is long back now. It is more than 20 years now. I have been.
Okay. If you want to go back to the outside world again, I'm sure that you are not finding peace with all these court cases and all these things. If you want to go back, what is the world has to offer you at this point?
Go back in the sense? Go back to
the tech.
Tech world, is it? I don't want to go back.
Okay.
I won't go back.
Okay. So no.
So the question itself is not there because you said that I don't have peace. I don't think I'm not having any peace. I am feeling there is a purpose for my life. So ups and downs are there in every walk of life. It is not something that destroys my peace. It frustrates me for sure because the system is so bad, if I should use the right word. That it might frustrate me now and then, but I never lost my peace anyway. I'm peaceful. I'm happy with what I do. Unfortunately, it is like cleaning up the drainage,
Yeah.
So when you clean up the drainage, it stinks.
Yeah.
It not only stinks, it stings also.
Okay. Yeah. That is true.
So that is there, and okay, that is a part of the job. So I don't have any issues about it. Yeah, we have to go through this. We have to go through this. I don't have any complaints.
At what point of your life this revelation happened, and how did it happen?
It's not a revelation at all. Basically, when I was working, like people do argue today in Twitter, I used to mindlessly argue in support of our country, in support of our dharma. Once when I was in Australia, I was having a heated discussion with an Australian. He was an architect. He is sharing my office space.
Okay.
Argued with him tooth and nail to establish India as India, Dharma, Hindu Dharma is Hindu Dharma. This is all I did. But when I went back home and reflected on it, I felt that all I did is guess. Because I argued for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
And then I thought I am not doing justice to what I feel is right.
Hmm.
And then started slowly reading things. Just like anybody would read, you take an English book and then start reading. And then you are not satisfied. You are not happy with with the explanation that is good. Then I was helped by my Acharyan.
Hmm.
They helped me understand the scriptures, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Sutras, the Dharma Shastras, everything. And I still am a student. I'm not saying that I know everything, but I'm still learning from them. I will continue to learn from them. So long as I'm in this world, I will do that.
From Sri Ranga?
Yeah, they are right now in Srirangam. I initially started it in Chennai, basically. So initially, my teacher was there in Chennai, Sriman Gomatam Sampath Kumar Acharya Swami. He taught me basic things in Sampradaya, in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya.
Yeah.
And I spent nearly 4 years with him, learning full time on various things. Then right now I'm learning from Swami Tirupalani Sundararajan Swami in Srirangam. He is a scholar and he is a Sri Vaishnavite as well.
Okay.
So I learned from him, and so I learned from many people.
Yeah. So I could see that whatever the words that you say on Twitter or legally for that matter, in the news channel for that matter, it is for the greater good of the society, where the young generation, for the future generation, can play through very easily. I mean, in your words, if you can explain how you are setting the grounds for the future.
I don't think that much, but what I see is that I'm seeing in youngsters. I see myself.
Okay.
When I was young, I was also hungry for information. I want knowledge, everything, but I was not doing the right thing. I was also arguing like everybody does argue in Twitter and everything in social media, right? So my intention is to tell people that it is not possible to learn online or on with the internet, Wikipedia, etc., etc. It is not possible to learn this beautiful dharma of Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
It is not at all possible. You can get a glimpse of it, but you can't really dig deep. Many of the people, they look into English translations because that's all they can afford. They can get their hands to.
Yeah.
Which is something that we should get over and then go towards Acharya. That is where we should do. That is all I try to do. And I try to explain to the extent. And when I do that, sometimes, you don't have time. I can't spend hours together lecturing on social media like Twitter, typing and typing and typing. Somebody asks a question, I answer, somebody asks. There's no time.
Yeah.
And also, realistically also, there is no time. We are in a situation where our Hindu Dharma, Sanatana Dharma is actually in stress. So I can give you an analogy. If somebody is in a heart attack and you take him to the emergency center and the doctor has got a few minutes to decide whether he has to cut open his heart or whether he has to do something else to revive him, right?
Yeah.
And when he decides that he has to cut open his heart and then make an operation, is there any time for him left? He has to do it right there and then and there. And that is the situation that we are in. Our society is in a heart attack situation.
Yeah.
Acharyas are the doctors.
Yes.
I am just a student of an Acharya, so I can do some first aid to ensure that their life is there so that the Acharya comes and then takes it forward. That is my attempt. And I don't have the whole world. I don't have the time to be diplomatic. I don't have to be sugarcoating things and etc. etc. So I may sound arrogant, but that is not me. Basically, I know what I am telling. I know it will sound arrogant. I know that for sure. So I'm not a kid. So I know what I'm saying. But sometimes with the speed in which the younger generation wants to go, you got to be 3 steps ahead of them. So I got to speak. Sometimes I have to do some ego bashing as well, and that has to happen.
Yeah.
And with the kind of media that we have, we do the best that is possible within that framework. Yes. See, I spoke to you yesterday for several hours.
Yeah.
And we had no issues right from the first minute.
Yes.
But when we were discussing in Twitter, we had fight literally.
That is a totally misunderstanding.
That is reason is because there is a limitation to that media.
Correct.
That within that limitation, you want to push your point, I want to push my point.
And people are watching illusion.
Everybody is also wanting to fight and then take sides and then do things. We don't know what we are doing actually basically in that media.
Yes.
To me, that media is a bait.
Okay.
That is all it is. It's a clickbait.
Yes.
So I make people to start listening to me. You also, I got your attention.
Yeah.
Maybe we never met before. Yesterday we met here.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as we met, I said, let's have the beer. That's the first thing I said.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I don't have any vengeance or anger on you. I know this boy needs
Yeah.
help.
Yes.
I know I can give some first aid to you.
Yeah.
Let's discuss. I want to create a situation. Thanks to our friend Ravi,
Yeah.
he helped us also.
Yes.
And then we spent a good amount of time yesterday. So this is what is important. Many of the people who see us in the Twitter or in TVs, this is only thing that I want to tell. They should not judge.
Yes.
They should not start judging. They should start understanding what the other person is saying before they start deciding that what they are saying is right.
Correct.
Particularly when they are talking to people whom if you look into my comments, they will say you are a learned person,
Yeah.
but I disagree. How can you disagree with a learned person? There is a serious contradiction.
Yeah, yeah.
If you respect somebody, I respect your work, but I differ.
Hmm.
I don't understand. If you respect somebody's work, how can you differ?
Yeah.
If you differ, how can you respect somebody? If you think somebody is learned, how can you differ? If you differ, how can you say that that person is learned? So these are all perceptions. You don't know me, I don't know you, right?
Yes.
So we are working, trying to find out. So let us, as youngsters who are in the 20s and 30s and 40s, we should try to spend more time to try to find out what the other person is telling, especially when it is not the popular message,
Yeah.
For example, I can bring this one. I say Varna Ashrama Dharma is based on birth.
Yeah.
This is something that I keep saying on Twitter, and everybody is going guns on me basically.
Yeah. Now I myself disagree.
Yeah. There is nothing wrong in disagreement.
Yeah. Before that, I'd like to make two important highlights here. One thing is using this fight, the other enemies are making benefit out of it in a very different way and very cruel way. And now I want to set an example with this podcast and discussion that there is a way to settle it through nice discussions and meeting the person also. And then influencers mostly who made these ego clashes with our own people walking in the same boat, they should actually come to terms with it, and then unity is the highest. हम लोग साथ में चलना है. When you said acharyas are the doctors to heal,
yes,
that is the very shocking line that you're saying, Swami. This is what we want to hear more from you. People think philanthropists are the doctors.
No, not the politicians, not the philanthropists, not the speakers, not anybody on the street. It is only acharyas.
Acharyas are the doctors. That is the line to remember.
Everybody else is only maybe a compounder or maybe a person who is going to carry you on the stretcher or maybe the first aider. That's all it is. They are all helpers.
Yes, yes.
I said Varna is based on birth. This is what I say in the social media. But people they are basically wanting to fire, and you also disagree. There is nothing wrong in disagreeing. But it is a question of belief, faith. Okay?
Yeah.
The faith comes from the Shastras. Shastras meaning Vedas.
Yeah.
And Vedas to Upanishads and Itihasas and Puranas and then Smritis. Okay. So what Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 4, verse 13, that must be read in the context of all these things together. Not as a silo sloka. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vipagachaha. That is much. Next line nobody says. In Tamil there is a kural. Everywhere these politicians say. The name of the kural is basically Pirapokkum ella uyirkum. They will stop there only. Kural itself is 2 lines, 1.5 lines. And they will not even say the second half. Nobody knows even the second half.
Okay.
The same equivalent sloka, equivalent kural for the this Chaturvarnyam Maya system is Pirapokkum ella uyirkum Sirapova Seidoril Vetramayan. They will say, okay, this is what actually Thiruvalluvar wrote what is there in Gita only.
Yeah.
But Thiruvalluvar wrote it without any context because the first kural and the next kural and next kural don't have any relationship. They are grouped together properly.
Okay.
But there is no relationship between these two. You can understand one kural on its own without even looking at the 1330 kurals. Other 1229 kurals you don't have to see. You can pick any kural and then you can get a message from that. But what Bhagavad Gita is not only one particular sloka. It is a sequence of this thing. What we had a discussion yesterday is kind of similar discussion with Krishna and Arjuna.
Yeah.
So there was a preamble, there was a situation based on which Sri Krishna is actually educating and then advising Arjuna on certain things. Upadesha is happening there.
Yeah.
An Acharya. He is the Acharya. Krishna is the Gita Acharyan. So as an Acharyan, he is telling the student, as the Shishya.
Yeah.
So the context must be understood. Similarly, everybody misquotes Manusmriti also. Because they take one sloka out of context and then they start understanding it. That is the biggest problem everybody is facing.
Okay.
Those who are opposing me, can they tell me what shloka 4:12 is? Can they tell me what shloka 4:14 is?
No.
Can they tell me how many shlokas are there in chapter 4?
No.
So what are you arguing with me? You are arguing with me with one piece of shloka, and then one screenshot,
underline.
and one underline done by somebody else, because that screenshots also you did not take. Somebody took, somebody posted somewhere. So that what I'm trying to say, there is nothing wrong in disagree. But you should when there is a debate, this is how our ancestors lived. The Siddhantas flourished in this country. The Saiva Siddhanta, Advaita Siddhanta, Vishishtadvaita Siddhanta, Dvaita Siddhanta, and many other Siddhantas flourished in this country only because of debates.
Yes.
One has to go and then prove his understanding and then his interpretation to the other side. And what happens, both of them argue vehemently. At the end, somebody will win. What used to happen, the winner will convert everybody who's lost willingly. The people who are lost will willingly convert to the other sampradaya. This is how it flourished. Different portions, different people were holding the fort, and then they were much more scholarly and they were able to establish it. Like Sri Ramanuja established Vishishtadvaita at that time by debates. So that debate has to happen. That cannot happen in social media.
No.
It can never happen. It only, because everybody has got, see, I don't work, I am a useless fellow, I don't have any job, okay. So I have all the time in the world to talk to people, but not others. Somebody may be working in America or 9-to-5 job or something. Somebody may be in Australia. Somebody may be in India. They may pass time with Twitter and they will see my tweet that Varna is based on birth. And they will say, oh, no, this is wrong. This is not why I understood. I will fight it. This guy is bringing discrimination. I don't know where discrimination comes when he say that. That's a different story. We'll get into detail. So disagreement is not an issue to me at all. It is the Siddhanta that you are following, you should tell. Advaita Siddhanta, Vishishtadvaita Siddhanta, Dvaita Siddhanta, Saiva Siddhanta, they all differ. They all differ in their understanding and interpretation. That is not a problem at all, because that is Sanatana Dharma. Everything is based on Vedas. The Vedas are interpreted by different teachers in a different ways. There is nothing wrong in disagreement. But to say that my understanding is only right is wrong.
Yes, that is Islam.
And that too, when you do not quote any of these acharyas, and then do it on your own by reading English translation. Who wrote this English translation, you tell me? Every English translation that I can see about Bhagavad Gita or whatever for that matter is shloka by shloka translation.
By Max Muller.
Shloka by shloka translation. They have learned in Sanskrit. I will appreciate Max Muller and all, because they learned Sanskrit. No, we are not learning. All these fellows, they learned Sanskrit. They came to our country, learned Sanskrit, understood this thing, and then translated it the way they wanted to translate. That's fine. That is their job basically. They are all here to convert. So they did what they wanted to do. We are not doing. We are reading their translation and then we are arguing. And that translation is only shloka by shloka translation, word by word, line by line, shloka by shloka. Again, no relationship. There is no story there. Look at Acharya's Vyakyanas. Vyakyana means basically the commentary. Acharya, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, all the three Acharyas have written Bhashya for Gita, Bhagavad Gita. This is not now, almost 1000 years back. Nobody even knows that there is a Gita Bhashya written by these Acharyas today. So if you are arguing with me, then you should tell me from which Siddhanta you are coming from. Then if you are saying that I am from Advaita Siddhanta, I can prove that Shankaracharya has said that Varna is based on birth. If I come with Vishishtadvaita Siddhanta, I can say Ramanujacharya has said that Varnashrama Dharma is birth. If I come with Madhva Siddhanta, Dvaita Siddhanta, then I can show Madhvacharya written in his commentary that Varnashrama Dharma is by birth. Varna is by birth. So do you want me to go against them? If I go against them, then I am not one of his sishyas.
That is.
This is faith.
That is faith. That is very true. But my question is, if you want to talk about scientifically, Varna being birth-based, now would you have an explanation for using the Prarabdha Karma and etc.?
Prarabdha Karma is not Varna scientific, There is no science here. This is all faith. The previous birth was there. The next birth is going to be there. You have done papa and punya. What are all this? Is this science?
You mean
This
to
is
say they don't
it is no religion. Science cannot be there in any religion. I'm telling you. But religion will have science. That's a different story. In every Sanatana Dharma Siddhanta is scientific only. But the other way is not at all true.
You mean to say science?
That is why people like Anand Ranganathan, who is a scientist, who goes to the media and then talks. He is a very passionate Hindu supporter. I agree. He is a patriot, I find.
Yeah.
But where did he read these things from? He should tell. Like he is doing science. He is saying that if he, since being a scientist, I'm just picking him. I'm not saying. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just because he's popular figure, so I can tell. And he's a nice fellow. I know because with what I have seen in his podcast, I think he's an open-minded fellow. So I pick him best easy. It is easy for me. So when he says that I know this is the data from which I am getting, he quotes based on data, government sources, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, he should quote the source for the understanding that he has got on Varnashrama and Varna. Without saying that, you cannot say that is what I know.
No, you cannot say that.
If what is what you know means, see, that is why even in stories, Mahabharata, Ramayana has got 3 or 4 meanings. On the surface, there will be one meaning.
Yeah.
When you go still deeper, you will have another meaning. Yesterday, you were asking me a question. Was Hanuman born in Anjanadri or Tirumala?
Yeah, that's a big debate.
There is a big debate. You told me, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What did I ask? I said, how does it matter?
That story is very important. So, yeah. No, actually, how does it matter?
How does it matter is what my question is.
Yeah.
Whether he was born in Anjanadri, whether he is born in Tirumala, whether he is born in Thailand, whether he is born in America, how does it matter?
Yeah.
We all accept Hanuman.
Yeah.
What matters is that what Hanuman taught us.
Yes.
That is what you should understand,
Yes.
discuss, debate, and then make sure that you practice it.
Yes.
If you are a Hanuman Bhakta.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where he was born.
Yeah. That is
So that is where we are losing.
Yes.
We are losing when we argue. Now when you say Varna, Ashrama, Dharma is not by birth and there is a scientific meaning, there is no science in a religion. Why should you bring in science? So that is still wrong.
Okay. If I am concerned about there are few people who are only concerned about the science. They are not even concerned about religion.
Then they are not in the Siddhanta. So then they're very simple. If you don't like the Siddhanta, don't comment on the Siddhanta. You can have your own Siddhanta. In our country, Article 26 gives freedom, Article 25 gives freedom, or for anybody to follow their own religious practices. Nobody is going to stop you. You can have your own Siddhanta. That is where I am coming now. If you want to have your own Siddhanta on the way Varna, then you should first of all not even talk about Varna. Because Varna has come from Vedas.
Yeah.
Now you are going to go against Vedas. That is your argument. Because what is written in Vedas is written in Bhagavad Gita. What is written in Bhagavad Gita is explained by the Acharyas. So Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya and Ramanujacharya.
Yeah.
And you are going to go against it.
Yeah.
That is what you are saying right now. You are saying Varna is not based on birth. They did not say that.
Yes.
So you have clearly said you are not going to accept that. That means you are not falling in any of the major 3 Siddhantas created in our country by Acharyas.
Yeah.
That means you are now trying to create a new Siddhanta. You are free to do, but why are you using my book?
Yeah. That is good. But Swami, let me put my question articulated properly. If we want to keep all this aside and clearly talk about, just like a doctor talks about heart, liver, kidney, in that sense, if we want to talk about how the past life works, what is exactly the past life vasanas, carrying forward and taking a birth and being born as a Brahmin, if we could talk in those terms.
Yeah, sure, I can tell.
Yeah.
The first thing, the underlying principle that you and everybody who's watching this should accept is Vedas are the pramana.
Yes, Vedas are the pramana.
So Vedas are the one which is actually telling us that we go through a birth-death cycle.
Yes.
Only in the Sanatana Dharma you have this birth-death cycle. No other religion has this.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are saying that there is no previous birth, there is no next birth, you can switch off and then go away.
Yeah.
Because it is not for you.
Yes.
You can't argue with me. You cannot. This is my belief. This is my faith. This is Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
Vedic Dharma.
Yes.
So Veda says that you have previous birth and you have next birth. And then you are going through this birth-death cycle.
Yeah.
And Vedas also say that if you want to escape from this birth-death cycle, you should attain moksha.
Yes.
And the definition of moksha differs from Siddhanta to Siddhanta.
Okay.
Saiva Sahib, moksha, they term it as going to Kailasha. Vaishnava say that you are going to Sri Vaikuntha.
Hmm.
Advaita says that the realization that you are yourself God is moksha.
Hmm.
So it differs from person to person, to Siddhanta to Siddhanta.
Yes.
I am happy with this. This is 1% difference. That is not an issue for me.
And also-
but the fundamental thing is that birth, death cycle is there, and if you want to get rid of this, you should get to moksha.
True.
That is the goal for the life.
Yes. For social context, if you could give me, with your knowledge, the percentage of people who follow the different sampradayas.
I don't know now.
How many follow
the
Advaita?
problem is today, everybody thinks it is something called Hindu religion. that is another thing that people are against me because
Yeah.
there is nothing called Hindu religion. Even Supreme Court says there is Hindu is not religion. It is a way of life. That is how they have defined it.
Yeah.
It is different religions put together in a box called Hindu religion by the invaders.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong in calling Shaiva Sampradaya as a Hindu religion and Vaishnava Sampradaya as a religion. There is nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But it is not the same,
Yes.
It is box within a box into a box.
Yeah.
There are different boxes within a big box.
Yeah.
That is how we should see. How many people are there? I don't know. Because many of us now think that everything is the same. We all want to get together as Hindus only. We are not
When you're
wanting...
saying there is a debate and people are flourishing one sampradaya, now what sampradaya you see as the highest? And
There is nothing, again, highest or lowest is not at all the question, first of all.
okay, all are one.
I mean, where is the question? See, when I say my father is the best dad in the world, you are the best, doesn't mean that your father is worse.
I got it.
Sampradaya is like our parents.
Yes, all sampradayas.
All for the people who are following that.
Yeah.
So you have to now decide. You have to only decide on whether I know my sampradaya completely, and then not worry about what other sampradayas.
So what about people who don't follow any sampradaya? I could see that these people
that cannot be there in this country. We have to follow one sampradaya. It is that we lost our track.
but majority of people have no sampradaya.
That is why we are trying to create something called Hindu religion now.
Okay.
And this Hindu religion is so confused. Whether it is patriotism, whether it is spirituality,
Okay.
and somebody says that I am spiritual, not religious.
Okay.
They are also Hindus.
Okay.
Even Nastikas are called as Hindus. Even Jains are called Hindus. Jains, they go to the court, Supreme Court, and they said, we are not Hindus. They declare very clearly. Nobody knows this.
Yeah.
There are court cases
Yeah.
which says we are not Hindus.
Buddhism.
These are not these are Buddhists. They both of them, they don't accept Vedas.
Yeah.
So how can somebody who is not accepting Vedas become a Hindu? And I also who is accepting Vedas who will become Hindu? It cannot be there. We are on the opposite spectrum, opposite sides of each other. You say I don't trust Vedas. I say I only trust Vedas. So
Yeah.
this is only for the convenience that it is called as Hindu. So if somebody says that I don't have any sampradaya, that means they don't know. They are actually lost in the wild. That is what first they have to understand.
Yeah.
Now they have to understand from which sampradaya. How do you understand? How do you find? You can go and check with your parents. If they don't know, check with your grandparents. If they don't know or if they are not there, find somebody elders. You should find your heritage. We don't have, see, our heritage is our pride, We should know from where we have come,
Yeah.
who our ancestors are. If you don't know that, what are you going to do defending anything?
Yeah.
You should first defend your ancestors. Even if you don't defend, you should at least have the pride that I am from this family.
Yes.
This is again not discrimination or one-upmanship. This is just being happy with what I am. See, we are right now in Thailand. We are doing this in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
If I say I am a proud Indian, is it going to affect a Thai person?
No.
Is there any problem in this thing?
No.
Will they say that this is discrimination?
No.
That is how we are fighting, unfortunately.
Yes.
There is no one-upmanship here.
Yeah.
We have, like coming back to your question, if they don't know the sampradaya, let them go to an acharya and then take a sampradaya that they like.
Okay.
And that must be an acharya parampara sampradaya. Somebody who's got no lineage, no history, and then there is no problem in having somebody like that.
Okay.
But if you want to be Vedic, if you want to know the pure sampradayas that is there in this place, then that is not the place. Because if you don't agree to Vedas, 100% mean 100%. We all know Muslims take it for granted what is written in Quran.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all know what Christians take it granted for what is there in the Bible.
Yeah.
But we feel proud that we don't have any books.
This is
Who
the
says this?
most horrible.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Vedas are our books.
This is the most. I mean,
If you don't want to see, I'm not going to force you to accept Vedas.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force you. I will definitely propagate my religion. That is my right to propagate my religion, like anybody else does in all over the world. If you don't accept Vedas, I'm happy. Mind your business, and I will mind my business.
Yeah.
We don't have any issues.
Yes.
Here we are in Thailand. Thai people are doing their own business. We are doing our own business. We don't have any issues.
Yes. We don't have any issue.
Continue like that.
Yeah.
There's no need to fight with other person to try to prove that I am bigger than that. So,
Yes.
and it was happening some time back in the past, like 12,000 years back. It was happening. There were fights to project our religion. We are not that knowledgeable, first of all, to fight. We don't even know the first sloka in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Then why are we fighting?
Yes.
We be content with what our acharyas are. We are in a blessed situation.
Yeah.
Acharyas did the hard work. They did the farming. They grew the crop. They grew the sugar cane. They cut the sugar cane. They protected it. They cut it, and then they churned it. They gave us the juice.
Yes.
It is.
Now
If you are intelligent enough, you should be intelligent enough to drink the
it.
juice
Drink
and
the
then
juice.
enjoy it.
See, now the kind of people we have, Muslims are doing 100% following disciplined their religion. Christians are following 100% their religion, fully disciplined. Hindus are not following.
That is the reason. The reason is because of the constant bombardment for the 2,000 years our country has been invaded by others. No?
Yeah.
Not 1 or 2 years.
Yes.
So the original invasion, first invasion came in 2,000 years back.
Yeah.
So, and it intensified later. 300 years back, this British came. All these things happened. Okay. So we are being suppressed, and then we are being trained to not respect or not have any pride about our own religion because they suppressed us.
Yeah.
All the movies that is coming, Kashmiri files, Kerala files, maybe India files tomorrow or Delhi files tomorrow. I don't know. All these things come and then tell that we got suppressed. We don't even know that we got suppressed.
Yeah.
For example, many people from Karnataka, they don't know that they got suppressed by Tipu Sultan. They praise Tipu Sultan like anything,
Yeah.
They don't know that their ancestors were massacred by him,
Yes.
butchered by him, raped by him. When they say him, did he rape? Don't ask. People may ask, It is his people,
Yeah.
So, they don't know that. So, if you don't know this recent history, how will you know what happened 1,000 years back?
Yeah.
So, we have to put that extra effort to understand what our sampradaya is.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong in moving from one sampradaya to another sampradaya, as long as it is Vedic sampradaya and as long as you are trusting Vedas as your pramana.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to trust Vedas, if you want to selectively trust Vedas the way that suits you, and where you don't, yesterday, there was a comment yesterday, when for the same thing, Varnashrama Dharma, one guy has said, you are a casteist, you want to show Brahmin supremacy, but you are now in Thailand, you have gone across the seas, which is prevented from this thing.
Okay.
Now, my question is simple as this.
Yeah.
Either you accept Vedas or you don't accept Vedas. You are saying that Vedas have asked me not to cross rivers, cross seas.
Yeah.
So you are accepting that fact, that part, right? You are saying that Vedas has not told anything about Brahmins being born as a Brahmin or a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, Shudra. So you want to take the portion to attack me that is convenient to you, that I have gone across the sea, but you don't want to accept the other portion where the Vedas says that it is only by birth.
Yeah.
When I say that it is by birth, am I insulting others? It is the same story again.
Yeah.
I am saying my father is the best dad, doesn't mean that others' fathers are not good.
Yeah.
I am only saying that I am born in this Varna. It is not my wish, It is what God said. Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. How do you know Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita? Somebody like I said, English translation. I am not worried about English because my acharyas are not the English translators. My acharyas are either Sankaracharya or Madhvacharya or Ramanujacharya. In my case, it is Swami Ramanujacharya. If I take Swami Ramanujacharya's Bhashya, it is very clearly saying, Guna Karma Vibhagasaha. Karma means previous birth karma. Clearly they are defining.
Yeah.
This karma is not the current karma that you are doing. It is the karma that you have done in the past lives, which you called as prarabdha karma, which has started giving the results in this birth. There is a sanchita karma, which is the balance, big balance.
Yeah.
And every birth that we get a portion of it for us to enjoy.
Yeah.
Papa and Punya, both we get. And in this birth, out of the biggest lot, we have got a percentage, and then God has asked us to go and then enjoy this or suffer as it may be, as the case. That is why we go through a cycle of sorrow and happiness.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through this. There is no one person who is always happy.
Yeah.
And there is no one person who is always sad also. Every day we may be happy in the morning, we may not be happy in the evening. We were not happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not at all. But people may, to make them understand, when we are in the Twitter, we are not happy. Now we are not that.
Yes.
So it is a cycle. The birth. Why is it happening? Because it is because of the karma that we did in the previous birth. Every karma has got a papa or a punya attached to it. A good karma will have a punya. A bad karma will have papa.
Yeah.
And what is this karma? The question will come. Many of them don't even understand. We think that doing our job every day is karma.
Karma. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
And then we call people who are doing their job, that is the Laukika job, as karma yogis.
Karma.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Karma yogi is one who does karma as prescribed in the Vedas. And then lives his life as per it. That wake up early in the morning in Brahma Muhurta and then do your A, B, C, D karma in line. And then go rest at the end of the day, do it again and again and again and again and again.
Okay.
Karma yogi will be doing this again and again without any expectations, and then he wants to attain moksha through that marga.
Yeah.
Unless otherwise we understand what karma is given to us. What is the karma that is given to us? Then that question will come, right?
Yeah.
Then you should know which varna you are from. Because for each varna the karma is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Brahmin will have a different set of karmas. A Kshatriya will have a different set of karmas. This is also defined very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. In chapter 18, Krishna says very clearly what are all the duties of a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Sudra.
Yeah.
So you should now lead these two in conjunction with Vedas and not with what Subramaniam Swami says. Dr. Ambedkar is a Brahmin because he was an intellect.
Yeah.
What is he saying? Is he saying that there is no intellect in any other varna?
Yeah.
Ridiculous to me. Because I can prove a dozen instances where those who are not Brahmins are very highly intellect. Gantakaran was there, a Rakshas. His name is Gantakaran because he had a bell in his ears.
Okay.
Karna means ears and Ganta means bell. His name itself is Gantakaran. He was the worst fellow. But he got moksha. There is Dharma Vyadan was there. He was a butcher. People, rishis used to go and then stand in queues in front of his house to learn Upadesa from him, get Upadesa from him.
Okay.
These are all intellects. They are not Brahmins. Everybody knows Bhishma.
Yes.
Bhishma is a Kshatriya. Is he not an intellect?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Ravana. He is a Brahmin. Will you call him an intellect? You will call him a papishta.
Oh yeah, Rakshasa.
He's a coward. He's a fraud. You will use as many words as you want.
Yes.
He's a worst fellow.
Yeah.
He's a Brahmin.
No, but people are saying Ravana is God and fan following for him nowadays.
That is because they don't know that Ravana is Brahmin. They want Brahmin bash and they think Brahmana is a Brahmin. They don't even know that Rama is not a Brahmin. Rama is only a Kshatriya.
Yes, exactly, Swami. You should talk about this asking. It has become fashion for anybody, atheists and all sorts of people, so fashionably coming and asking questions. Now, please tell me the story of the struggles you went through with your Guru of asking and getting that answer from your Guru.
Yeah, very, very good question.
Yeah.
The simplest answer is, I never ask any question to my Guru.
Oh, wow.
I go to him, surrender myself. Till date, I have not asked my Swami to teach this or that.
Okay.
I go to his place, I sit down, he picks a book that he thinks is right for me and he gives that to me. I may not understand it, but my Guru is so patient that he will always say, if you don't understand, no problems. You can ask me 1,000 times and I will teach you 1,000 times. Yeah. But he will ensure that I understand before taking another chapter or another subject or anything else. He will ensure that I will understand it, not only understand it, but actually put it in my Anushtana as well. So there is no point in learning without doing anything. Yes. Today, the fashion is that I'm propagating whatever others are saying. I'm enlightening everybody.
Yeah.
I'm creating awareness.
Yes.
People write books. For what? You also ask me, are you writing book? Why should I write book? Everybody is writing book. Yeah. And for what? To create awareness? Awareness means knowledge.
Yes.
When you get the knowledge, you should utilize it.
Yes.
If you don't utilize it, what is the use of it? There is a kural. Karka, kasadara, karpavai, katrapin, nirka adarkuttaga. Tirukural is there. It says, karka means read. Kasadara means without any fault. Read without any fault. Katravai, karpavai, katrapin. After you have read what you have read earlier, the way that you have read, read without any blemish. After you finish read, nirka adarkuttaga. Be as what you have read. So you should conduct yourself as what you have read. This is basically Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
Anushtana and Jnana are two wings. You cannot say I only have Jnana. You cannot say I have only Anushtana. A bird with two wings can only fly.
Yeah.
A bird with only one wing,
Cannot fly.
that is it. So
Yeah.
this is exactly what we should understand, that if my teacher, my guru, my acharya, he helped me understand it, and if I don't understand it, he makes me understand. He takes me to different levels. Sometimes I don't even understand. He says that's okay, go forward, and I trust him. Unless you trust the acharya,
Yeah.
and then not be in a hurry to keep asking questions. What is it? What is that? What is that? Because you have so many garbage in your head.
Yeah.
And then you all want answer immediately on day one. It is not going to be possible. I consciously, and this is also Shastra says, as how a student should be. He should be samatpani. He should be obedient and subordinate to the Guru. And then wait for the opportunity when the Guru will teach you.
We don't find them today, Swami.
We don't have any time for anything.
We don't find such people at all.
No, we don't have anything. That means you will not be able to learn. As simple as that.
Yeah.
See, everybody does that in a different way.
Okay.
If you want to become a pilot, you should have to go through certain courses. If you want to become an engineer, then you should have 4-year courses. If you want to become a doctor,
Yes.
you should do a 5-year course, and after that another year, and after that you will have to do these things.
Yes.
You are all patient enough.
Yes.
You are not asking questions.
Yes.
Why should I cut open the heart if there is a heart attack? Why cannot I patch it out? You don't ask.
Yes.
You don't ask I don't know, I am not a medical student, but I am just giving an example.
Yeah.
How foolish this kind of a question will be.
Correct. Yeah.
We don't ask such questions in school or colleges, wherever we are, right?
Yes.
But why are we asking so many questions before we even understand the fundamentals when it comes to Sampradaya?
Yes.
So we have to have the patience to spend the time. Like you spend the time for studying engineering college or a medicine or to become a pilot or to become even to drive a two-wheeler.
Yes.
It takes time.
Of course. Yeah.
You can't drive it on the first day.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to for the first day itself, you cannot say, how do I do wheelie? You cannot ask.
No, that is understood. Swami. Today is a fashion of attacking Sanatan Dharma, right? There is something really wrong with this Dravidian, this people. This Stalin is trying to made a statement, and even in court also there is a mess up happening with his statement, and then infiltrating this Varna is birth-based system and making it more complicated.
Unfortunate. This is the problem. Again, this is lack of knowledge on the person who is actually placing the arguments. What was the case all about? Udayanidhi Stalin said that he will eradicate Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
What is the case about? It says that this is hate speech. You are hurting the sentiments and beliefs of a certain sect of people, and you are saying that those people would have to be annihilated. This is what your statement is.
Yes.
This is hate speech.
Yes.
You should stop there. You don't have to go to the court. Their side argument is that we said that so because there is discrimination in Sanatana Dharma, that is why we do. Doesn't matter whether there is discrimination or not. You cannot say that I will finish them off. If you are not happy with that, try to correct it or get out somewhere else.
Yes, get out somewhere.
He's a Christian. Udayanidhi Stalin, he only went and then said he's a Christian.
Yeah.
What is his problem about what is happening in Hinduism?
Yeah.
The problem is when they place such an argument, if I were the advocate on this side, I would have said that has got nothing to do with his hate speech.
Yes.
What happened to Nupur Sharma? She read something from the book.
Yeah.
And what did she face? She is nowhere now. She is not able to come outside today.
Yeah.
For what? For quoting what was there? She did not even interpret it. She just read it.
Yes.
And now here in our side, look at us. We are arguing unnecessarily. What is the point in going and telling the court and explaining that no, Varna Ashrama Dharma does not have any discrimination. Varna is not by birth. That is why there is no discrimination. So if it is not by birth, there is no discrimination, is it? I can tell you 100 places where there will be discrimination in our everyday life.
Yeah, sir.
Go to the police force. Go to the military.
Yeah.
If there is a dining hall, I was a traffic warden in Chennai.
Okay.
And some time back, I was also doing that duty as well. This is a voluntary service. Anybody can become a traffic warden and regulate the traffic force. When I got trained from the police, this is what he told me, that during the ceremonies, whenever you are supposed to be, you are deployed there for a duty, you may be served lunch, but you should ensure that you stand in the lunch in the row that it is given to you. Don't stand in the row that is there reserved for the senior officers. If you see a car with a single badge, single star, you have to salute.
VIP treatment.
If it is two stars, you have to salute. If it's 3 stars, you have to salute. Why should I salute? Why should I salute? Even if there is nobody in the car, even only the driver is there, even the officer is not there, I should salute. Is it not
This is slavery.
bossing? This is slavery.
Yeah.
Am I a slave? And when you are saying that I cannot stand in this queue and I have to stand in another queue where the senior officer is not there, what is this? Is this not discrimination?
There are horrible levels of.
There are so many.
Yeah.
You go to all these political babas' place houses,
Yes.
and then see if they are eating along with their servant.
No, don't even say that. That is even more horrible.
Well, that isn't that discrimination?
Yeah.
This is discrimination. This is discrimination.
Yes.
And so you don't have to go and then prove that Sanatana Dharma is not having any discrimination to anybody in the court when you are saying, when your argument is about your religious feelings getting hurt and somebody using a hate speech on us.
Yes.
That is the argument that you should say. You stick to your argument there. The problem is when our advocates go overboard, over enthusiastic, and then without any understanding, they go place something there in the court. That becomes the pramana then. Because people don't want to read anything in the source. So then probably the court will also take a note of it.
Yeah.
And they put it in the order.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to read that 50-page order. They only want to read the pages that. How many people read orders, you tell me? Nobody. They only read the first paragraph and the last paragraph. And then they decide what is there in the between. Wherever that is suitable to them, they will read. In the middle portion, the argument and counter argument will be listed by the court.
Yes. Yes.
That is not the final judgment.
Yeah.
And there may be remarks also by the judge. That will also be listed.
Yeah.
But only the final portion is the order. So we need to understand how court works. And when you go on and say something like that in the court, it should not be misused and used as a tool to misguide the other courts on certain things.
Yeah.
So that is the problem. That is why I commented yesterday as why this is a ridiculous argument to me. I mean, you should stick to your task that is given to you. To prove the other person is guilty.
Yes.
Not to defend your Sanatana Dharma. You are not that person.
Yeah.
The Acharyas are the people who should defend it.
Yes.
You can debate it later. Not in the court. Court is not a prime time news channel debate,
Yes.
to go and then do a shouting game, one over the other. This is a place where you should establish law, ensure the justice is served, and everything is looked into from the context of the Constitution of India and the laws of India.
Yes.
And if the Constitution says something is wrong, it is wrong. If the Constitution says something is right, it is right. You are now going before the court to prove that somebody has violated the Constitution. Prove that and then come back.
Yes.
Coming back to the question on enemies trying to take advantage of what we do, they will take advantage of even if you don't do anything.
Yeah.
That should not make you defensive.
Yeah.
Why would you be defensive when you are on the right side? Why should you be defensive? I don't want to be defensive. I am saying this is my faith. What is wrong in saying the faith? When the Muslim community all over the world can pressurize the BJP government to expel Nupul Sharma for reading something from the book, that is faith.
Yeah.
And she did not say anything wrong about them at all.
Yeah.
She read the verses, that's all.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When the Muslim community can do that, I am not against any community for that matter. I think that no community should pressurize other community to accept whatever they are saying, hook or crook.
Yes.
There will be always people who are fit for not living, in my opinion.
Yes.
Who will try to take advantage of anything and everything.
Yeah.
In all my tweets, for that matter, if I go back to Twitter, I just express my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't question, I don't ask anybody to do anything. If you look into any of the tweets,
Yeah.
maybe some tweets I will like, I asked you for a debate, I asked you, I tag you particularly, and then I ask you for it.
And here we are,
Yeah, and we are here.
friendly.
This is not a debate, this is a discussion.
Yeah.
We don't want to debate at all because we
No
know
need, yeah,
there is no
yeah.
necessity.
Yeah.
So when I question the issue that is there, cattle issue that is there in Chennai, I tag Udayanidhi Stalin.
Yeah.
When I question Mohan Bhagwat on his interpretation about Varna, I tag Mohan Bhagwat. I do that.
Yeah.
And I am telling to him, there is nothing for them to come and then, this is between me and you.
Yeah.
Between me and another person. I am not asking anybody to do, I have never asked anybody to do something for the society or for the religion or for anything. That is up to them for them to decide. I am nobody to tell them what they should do. Don't tell me what I should do.
Yes.
If I do something which is against Shastras, you have every right
Yes.
to question me.
Yeah.
Every right to question me. Every single person can question me, but question me in front of me.
Yeah.
Don't think that you can throw some mud on the social media and then run away, escape, and
That's
not
what
even
most
say
people
anything.
do. Yeah. Most people do that.
They will do that. They are doing it. See, that is not something that is right. That
Yes.
is not ethical.
Yes.
That is not honesty. And sincerity is not there. You are just doing for the sake of it.
Yes.
So basically, enemy taking advantage of whatever we say, it may not be, for the lack of word, palatable to others.
Okay.
But that's the truth that I believe in.
Yes.
That is my faith. I am not forcing anybody. I am saying that I am born in a Brahmin family, Brahmin Varna. That doesn't mean that I am putting somebody else's down.
Yeah.
I'm not doing. If I do that, that law will take care of me.
Yes.
But if I say that my faith is that there are 4 Varnas and the 4 Varnas is based on birth, as per my acharyas, this is my sampradaya that I follow.
Yeah.
I'm not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Hurt comes when I come in public and then force another person. I can be at my home with just shorts. But I cannot come on the street with people do that. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But I cannot do it in the public. So what I do in private cannot be done in public, right?
Yeah.
So what I do practice at my home privately is my problem. I'm not having any issues. Am I using that as a thing to deprive you of something which is socially required? No.
Yeah.
In fact, it is the other way around. For several years since independence, it is the Brahmins who are deprived.
Yes.
Where is the quota for them? Everybody will say EWS is there. EWS is not only for Brahmins.
Yeah.
It is for all.
Swami, what is more fascinating is, I'm seeing you from the day one, you haven't eaten anything. And then you maintain the same energy. And I know that is where when you compare the kind of people who are coming and thinking that they are attacking you, they don't even qualify in that matter, for example. So how do you, are you not exhausted?
I'm not exhausted. I don't know if...
What sadhanas you do?
I concentrate on what I do. I presume that people would have read Sundarakanda.
Yeah.
In Sundarakanda, when Hanuman came into several blocks and several upacharas, he got against and also for. Some mountain will come up and then say, "You rest with me," then go. What did Hanuman tell? My job is to go find Sita. When I finish that job, I will come back. On my way back, I will rest.
Yes.
So my job is, I take everything that is given to me seriously. And the discussion with you is not only with you, it is going to benefit others, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I that is why I concentrate on what I do right now.
Yeah.
I came here to give a speech on certain topics that they gave me, and I concentrate on that. So when you concentrate on the task that you are going to give, you usually don't remember your body.
Oh.
Recently, you saw that in Cricket World Cup.
Yeah.
In Australia, Glenn Maxwell, he was actually having a lot of cramps.
Yes, yes.
And he scored a double century.
Yeah.
You go and ask him what happened.
Okay.
He said that I just saw the ball and then I hit. He did not worry about his body.
Yes,
Everybody was saying only 3 parts are working in his body. One is the brain, one is the eye, one is the hand.
Oh my God. Yes, that is true, yeah.
And he made this country win. And because of that win, they actually won the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
So that is important for somebody to focus on what they want to do and then not focus on the physical requirements. So when you that is all the sadhana is basically to focus.
And that is quite amazing. You displayed something which is not possible for a normal human being.
Everybody it is possible. If you, let's say for example, you are so passionate about drawing something.
Okay.
You are a painter.
Understood.
You can see the painter keep painting without even knowing what time it is.
Yeah.
They will keep going
Yes.
because that they are immersed in the work.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my video. I was in Chitrakoot in this May doing some dhyana for the whole of this month.
Okay.
I stayed in the forest, stayed by Mandakini river. For 1 month, I only drank Mandakini river, nothing else. I was in a forest.
Oh my God.
I never got hungry. I was always energetic. There is nothing. I didn't feel. See, energy comes from different forms. We think that it's only coming from food. Actually, food is poisonous today. The energy comes from the air that we breathe.
Yes.
The energy comes from the light that we receive in the body. Everybody knows this, you know. Everybody knows if you get the jaundice,
Yeah.
you go and stand in the morning sun, you will get vitamin D.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this. If you have a small baby in your house, if it has jaundice, they will put it in the sun, early morning sun.
Yes.
And then jaundice will vanish. No medicine is required. Okay?
Yeah.
Because the energy is got from the sun directly.
No, exactly. This is something very important for me. When you go back, our grandparents know the cure for all the diseases that we are consulting doctors
We
today.
lost that also.
Yeah.
We have lost living with the nature. That is the problem.
Yes.
We are becoming artificial on a day-to-day basis. We think that we can rice. If you in another few years, if you go and ask the kids where do you get rice, they will say in the shop
Oh my God.
because they don't know it is coming from a farm.
Yeah.
Many of us don't know.
Yes.
Even today, many of us don't know. So this is how we lost. This is what Sanatana Dharma tells you. Sanatana Dharma tells you to be compassionate with every living creature in this world.
Yes.
Don't take anything for granted. That is why they say don't eat non-vegetarian. Don't take the animal for granted. It is not your food.
Yes.
In I think Finding Nemo, fish is not food. It says,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. And then these atheists have a logical argument saying plant also has life, then don't eat
It is fine. It is given. It is allowed.
Yeah.
It is allowed to eat.
Yeah.
Then I can counter argue that in a different way, in a negative way. Will Muslims eat beef? Pork? Will they eat pork?
Yeah, but
Why don't they eat pork? There is no vitamin in it, is it? Or is it because that is prohibited?
Yeah.
And why are they eating something else? Because that is allowed.
Yeah.
From as per their. Similarly, in my Siddhanta, eating plants is allowed. I don't want to give a scientific reason for here.
Yes.
I can give, but I don't want to. I say that Shastras allow me to eat vegetables, so I eat vegetables. I will give you much more thing. Eating vegetables is also committing sin, as per Shastras.
Okay.
Actually, you should not eat them.
Yeah, you should not eat them. You come here and meditate and go.
You should not eat them, but you can't. You think that you have to eat to survive, right?
Now, people eat all kinds of things. I mean, they recycle shit also.
But Shastras also say you cannot eat all vegetables.
Yeah.
Just like I gave an example of the Muslim community not eating one another eating others. Even Shastras prohibit eating like onion and garlic.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are not supposed to eat. Can you eat all plants? No, you can't eat all plants.
Yeah.
You can't eat mushrooms. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. You can't this. It says.
Now, there is a clear do's and don'ts defined. Yama and niyama.
So it is not all plants that we eat. Can you go and eat cactus? It is also a plant. No, you can eat no.
So the best way to put it is Sanatana Dharma defines how to conduct this human
As an ecosystem.
Yes.
It is working with everybody. If I am wanting to work with plants and animals and other creatures, why would I discriminate between myself and another varna?
Yeah, yeah.
Where is the question?
Yeah.
I'm not even discriminating myself from, I'm not taking anything for granted.
Yeah.
So why would I discriminate, or why would I say that I feel I am bigger than somebody else or I am lower than somebody else?
Yes.
This is all human tendency.
Yeah.
Animals don't do that. Plants don't do that. Worms don't do that. Insects don't do that. Only human being does.
Wow.
It is because we are all filled with ego.
Yes.
That is the problem. Sanatana Dharma tells that you should shed this ego. Surrender yourself to God. And we human beings,
Nowhere
we
to
want to eat everything that comes up. And somebody like people like Kamal Hassan will say, I will eat everything that walks and flies and moves.
It's a horrible human being. We have this kind of, unfortunately, these kind of people.
These are, in my opinion, I would not term them horrible or I will not discount them. They need much more treatment than us.
Yes.
They are actually in the intensive care unit. We are outpatients.
Yes.
We are also patients. He is also a patient.
Yeah.
Such people.
Yeah.
And such people are in a intensive care unit. E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar.
Oh
He's a serious intensive care unit. He's
Really?
dead anyway. That's
Yeah,
okay.
he's-
But these people are all in intensive care unit. They need much more treatment. They need much more attention.
Yeah.
If you go to a hospital,
Yeah.
if a doctor is attending you and somebody else comes in an emergency unit, he will drop you and then he will go there.
Yes.
So it is my responsibility. I think it is my duty to educate them also. I am not discounting them. I feel that this is not my words. This is Swami Ramanujacharya's words. He did that.
Yes.
He did that in an instant. There was an instance which is he says that yes, that person needs more attention than yourself.
Yeah.
You are in a better position than him.
Yeah.
Treat him, help him. So they are saying that because of their ignorance
Yeah.
and then arrogance and then ego and all negativities.
Yes.
Sanatana Dharma is wonderful. It's like different rivers having tributaries and then finally going and then merging in the ocean. It will go and then end in the Parabrahma. There may be disagreements within who the Parabrahma is.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask a Vaishnava, he will say Vishnu. If you ask a Shaivite, he will say Shiva. If you ask a Shakta, they will say Durga or Kali or Parvati.
Yeah.
If you ask a person who is fond of Ganapati, he will say Ganapati.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask the Kaumaras, they will say Subramanya or Muruga is the
Yeah.
Parabrahma.
Mm-hmm.
That is all who is the person is a disagreement. But everybody accepts that there is a Parabrahma.
Yes.
That is the commonality. In Sanatana Dharma, in spite of all these different sampradayas, I can say 99% of it is the common.
Mm.
1% that what I told is different. We are stuck with this 1%.
Yeah.
For unknown reason, we are trying to establish that ours is the right thing. Why? No need. That's a different path. This is a different path. It will go the same way. I can go to India all the way through the road, through Burma, etc. I will go. I can come back to Chennai. I can take a flight or I can take a ship. Different ways. I have to go to Chennai. That's all.
Yeah.
Similarly, these are all sampradayas are different paths. If we understand this, there is no issue. Then we can work together, cooperate with each other. I can support anybody.
Yes.
I fight for cases. I have fought for several Shiva temples as well. But in spite of that, many people who don't like me, they say you are a serious Vaishnavite, you are against Saivites, etc. I have seen comments like that. I feel only that they don't understand. Unfortunately, probably they don't know. I'm fine. That's okay. Sometime they will. Whether they realize or not, what matters to me is that what have they done. If they are a Saivite, they should do something for that. If they think that I am against, they should do something for it.
Yeah. Wonderful discussion, Swami. I learned a lot from you. And it's very, very important. ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை இருந்தா இந்த மாதிரி பேசி தீர்த்துக்கலாம். Don't put a comment or something in Twitter. Later you will regret. I am the perfect example. Here we are.
Thanks for taking your time out
Thank you
on
so
your trip.
much, Swami. Thanks for your time. Actually, your time is very valuable.
It's fine.
The work that you're doing is very valuable. Any support from String and Vinod, always there.
We all will work. We'll all work together. I also want people to know that String's YouTube channel has been blocked by YouTube.
Yeah.
It has to be taken up legally, in my opinion, and I have suggested a few things to him, and I will support you also in that. In the meantime, I will ask all you people to subscribe to his OTT channel, stringgeo.com. Monthly subscription, basic subscription is rupees 99. This is what I saw yesterday. Your 99 rupees per month will help youngsters like Vinod to get better every day. He is a very young boy. He is like my son. Okay. Nobody gets angry with the son. No, we only try to teach them. We only help them. It is only for their hita. We say something. How many followers do you have on Twitter?
3 lakh followers.
3 lakh followers. 1% of you, if you can, subscribe to his channel and then show your real support. I'm not asking for money. I never asked for money, but I know that this thing has hurt him. This YouTube stuff, for whatever reason. There are people who will try to do whatever they want. I don't care. Let them do whatever. I'm telling you, Vinod, don't cow down.
No, Swami.
Okay, never. Let them try as much as they want.
Yes.
You can be suppressed only if you allow them to suppress you.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Till that time, nobody can come near you. Please support him. Please support. Do something that you think is possible. Those who can subscribe. Those who want to forward, continue to forward. 3 lakh subscribers is beautiful. 1%.
Wow. Thank you so much, Swami. This is so enriching. The most important podcast that I have done. I'm so fulfilled now. Thank you so much.
Glad I was some help. Take care, Amon.